You're watching 2014 SCAC Volleyball Media Days, and joining us today from Seguin, Texas, is head coach Tiffany and senior libero Megan Lee of the Texas Lutheran Bulldogs. And first of all, we want to thank you so much for taking the time out today and joining us this morning to discuss the 2014 season.
Right.
Coach, we'll start with you. It was a success story, I would say, finishing fourth overall, the only team to knock off Trinity last year. How do you think your team will transition and respond going into year two of the SCAC?
Well, experience plays a huge role. Going into the SCAC first year, you don't know what to expect. The conference is huge with volleyball. We're going in, we know the caliber of play to expect every single weekend. So that's going to give us a little bit of advantage that we didn't have last year.
Coach, we'll start with that. What are your expectations going into 2014?
Well, my expectations is to go and compete at our highest level every single match. There isn't an off weekend in the SCAC. Every match is super important as we go into 2014. Our strength of schedule this year is really our ultimate goal is postseason. Whether we come out first, second, third, or even fourth, hopefully not fourth, our goal is to be higher than we were last year, but to get into that postseason role and get to where Texas Lutheran needs to be.
Megan, tell me, a lot of returners coming back from last year. Just share with us the excitement level and the energy level to get started with a new season.
Just a couple of seasons, so having a lot of returners is great because we all kind of have experience on what that was like last year. And we have a lot of new girls this year. We have a really good trainer, and we've been doing extremely well in practices, and so we're all super pumped and excited, and we agree with Tiff. We definitely think we're going to go postseason this year.
Coach, I'll come back to you. Tell me just what you've seen from this team in preseason. What have you seen that you've really liked from this team throughout camp as you get ready to open up the season this weekend?
Just the pure excitement and the work ethic. Everything I've asked them to do this preseason, they've done it. They've worked extremely hard. They've poured every single, passion, experience, depth, everything too. We've done preseason, and I couldn't ask for anything more. They've worked hard. It's such a quick turnaround. We have a lot to accomplish in literally 2 weeks, and they've done everything I've asked. So they've been fantastic this preseason.
Coach, Megan mentioned 6 seniors on the team. Just tell me how vital they are in a leadership role and how vital they're going to be to the team's success.
Well, when you have 6 seniors, that just shows the commitment that Texas Lutheran Volleyball has. They've been committed to this program for the last 4 years. They've given me everything I've ever asked. Just the pure leadership on the floor, even the floor outside in the classroom experience itself, just provides a huge role. They're the depth. They're the heart of this team. They know what to expect. They know what to expect in games. They know what to expect in the gym every single time, and it's just great. They provide so much leadership for us, and it's going to be a huge team this year.
Megan, as a senior, how important is it for you to be one of the leaders on this team, along with your other fellow seniors?
It's extremely important because the new girls really look up to us. Sometimes they're not sure about things, or they have questions, whether it's concerning volleyball or just schoolwork. And so the fact that they have someone to look up to and feel comfortable around is extremely important so we can build that team chemistry and do well on the floor.
Megan, I'll stay with you. You were the leader in digs a year ago, or digs per set. You were one of the tops in the country in digs. Just tell me the defensive philosophy that you take with you game in and game out.
Well, it all starts with defense and a pass. Our setter can't get a good set, and our hitters can't get a kill if it doesn't start with us. We have to start by getting the ball up. And so we know that they really rely on us back there, and I just don't want the ball to hit the floor. That's how the other team scores points, and we don't want it to happen.
Coach, I'll come back to you. Tell me about your returners and the roles they're going to play this year in 2014.
Returners are absolutely great. We only lost one person off of our starting lineup last year. So just the depth that we're having, adding new people, creating depth. But our returners, they know what to expect. They've been working so hard. They worked really hard this summer. You can tell they've got great leadership. When you step in the gym, they're just determined. They're determined. fourth wasn't good enough for them last year, and so they've been pushing really, really hard to get everyone where they need to be, and they've done a great job.
Megan, share with me some goals that the team has set for itself this season, and maybe some goals that you've set for yourself as well.
Our first goal is definitely postseason. We want to go into every game giving 110%. We're not thinking about the next match. We're getting the job done right then and there. We definitely want to come out on top of those teams that we kind of fell short to last year. Like Coach said, we've been working really hard. Sometimes in practices last year, we felt that she gave us impossible expectations, but these couple practices so far, we nailed them right off the bat. So, I mean, we're having high hopes, and we have a lot of talent on our team.
Coach, tell me a little about the newcomers, what you've seen from them as a whole throughout the preseason, and what you're kind of expecting from them going into the regular season.
Well, the newcomers that we have that have come in have adapted and really fitted chemistry-wise. They're bringing a lot of control, ball control. They're bringing in a lot of depth and experience. You know, they're coming from really good schools. They're working really, really hard to not only fit in volleyball-wise, but fit in chemistry. You know, we're not afraid to throw them into the fire and show them what Texas Lutheran is about, and they've really stepped up to that challenge. You know, sometimes freshmen are a little gun-shy when you do that, but these freshmen are willing to take the challenges that we're putting forth for them, and they're working really hard, and so I see great things in the future for these newcomers.
You're watching the 2014 SCAC Volleyball Media Days with head coach Tiffany Davis and senior libero Megan Lee of the Texas Lutheran Bulldogs. And ladies, we'll get you out on this final question. Megan, we'll start with you. For Texas Lutheran to be successful and meet its expectations in 2014, what will be some of the keys to success?
Working hard and never giving up. We have a lot of heart, and we just got to keep rolling with it.
Coach, I'll ask you the same question. In your eyes, what will be some of the keys to success as well?
Luckily I have Megan here, but defense. You know, if we can keep the ball in play, I think we have a great shot of being the top in the conference. That's always been our key to success is keeping the ball up in play and keeping it in control, and we're doing a great job preseason, but it's just going to be practice just to keep us going.
You have been watching the SCAC 2000. You have been watching the 2014 SCAC Volleyball Media Days with head coach Tiffany Davis and senior libero Megan Lee of the Texas Lutheran Bulldogs. And again, we thank you so much for taking the time out and joining us today, and we wish you good luck in 2014.
Thank
you.